Hello, everybody. I am Yolanda Marie. So, the message that the Arcturians have for us today has to do with this web of consciousness that we're in terms of this collective expansion. That's what they're talking about, okay? And they have brought this up. We've talked about this many times before, how our field, right, is connected to the field of all the others on the planet in some way. We are in this collective web of consciousness. And it's not just humans that are connected to other humans, but in fact, all life on this planet and all consciousness on the planet is connected in some way. The easiest way to think of this is to picture yourself like a spire. And the spire connects itself to all of the other funnels and spires on the planet in terms of an energetic generator. There's a generator, you see, and each of you is producing this energy and interconnecting your consciousness with the next generator. And you are all together, you are generating this capacity of influence and this experience, this collective experience. Okay, so this is the way the Arcturians just came through to point that out. And they use the word spire. They haven't used that word yet. So somebody look up the word, exactly what they mean by spire. I was picturing like a whirlwind is what they were showing me. But what they meant was an energy generator, like we're generators, each of us. And all together we are like one large collective generator. So what the Arcturians are saying is that the cycle of expansion that's happening now on this planet and with this planet, right? It doesn't mean that everyone is going to choose to consciously participate, okay? They're not going to choose to what we're calling awaken, all right? They're not going to become aware consciously. In other words, they won't be able to feel what's happening. They won't be able to accept necessarily what's happening in their current lifetime. Some are going to choose to remain completely in the denser physical arena for the remainder of their current human incarnation. This doesn't mean, and now I'm still quoting or paraphrasing the Arcturians, okay? This does not mean that they are necessarily dark or malicious. That's not what this means necessarily, okay? They will still, from higher perspective, many will still from higher perspective be aiding actually, rather unconsciously in the co-creations that are happening now and will continue to bloom beyond this point. They're going to unconsciously participate in this by triggering other wake-ups, okay? By triggering other change, by triggering trauma exposure in order to facilitate this release. So in other words, you may see some deeds being done by other humans around you that would seem malicious and are malicious in terms of this current experience, but actually serve a higher purpose of awakening. Okay? On a smaller scale. They're speaking about a smaller scale right now, like individuals, like somebody down the street from you, a neighbor, a family member. Okay? We're all experiencing a lot of this right now. And so they're saying basically this is the nature of the human collective experience because humans are connected to each other in this way. They're saying how the co-creation presents in the life of an individual being is dependent on their own life purpose and their own plan. And so that's why it's really important to continue to elevate your creator consciousness so that you don't get tripped up by these misunderstandings. So that, in other words, they're talking about avoiding distraction. Okay, this is a lot of distraction going on around us right now in many ways, especially at the individual close to you scale, the smaller scale, right? And they're saying to understand this is going to keep you from being tripped up. It's going to keep you from over-focusing on that behavior. And they say, remember, everything originates inside of you and therefore is going to be a direct reflection or indirect reflection of your own clarity, of your balance, and of your heart space. This is not a judgment. This is just the nature of the human experience. So even when this turns in a way that we don't see to be to our benefit, right? In other words, even when it gets uncomfortable, it still can be a very good thing. It's for our experience. It's for the human experience. It's part of what we agreed to. So this doesn't involve a judgment. Anytime that you feel like your heart is not completely open or clear and something happens as a result of that, this is not an invitation for you to judge yourself and immediately crawl inside of yourself and shut everything else out and beat yourself up. No, this is an invitation to further love yourself even more, examine the experience, and really enjoy what you're learning from it. Really soak it up. Find every reason possible that you can find to enjoy this experience, even when it seems counterintuitive to you, as you have been programmed to believe in some idea of perfection which does not exist, as everything is always expanding. You are in conscious expansion and therefore will never visit this false idea of some sort of human perfection. This would negate the entire point and purpose of the experience. End transmission. Okay. All right. And so they're saying, therefore, any situation, as long as you are continuing in your own expansion and you are seeking continuous heart clarity, any of those experiences are going to reflect your intention for your own positive creations and co-creation, okay? And so they're saying basically see through, like having your awareness to see through the density of little things that are going on around you to the larger truth all of the time, right? Even when it's our own density, even when it's our own discomfort, right? That's the message for today from the Arcturians, okay? I hope it makes sense. And I love you so much, my friends. I will talk to you again very, very soon. Namaste.